you sort of see sales in everything, in everywhere. So what are some ways that you can practice in order to work your way up to the point where you're asking, individuals for $500,000 checks for a deal that you have working on?
I had a wake up, a come to Jesus moment with a mentor in Ithaca, New York. His name's Dan Cohen. He had sold a foundation repair business for almost $10 million. And he was, a fellow of entrepreneurship at Cornell at the time. And I asked him to get breakfast. And I had just started a business and I was a big time entrepreneur and I had big dreams and big goals. And we sit down for breakfast and he says, Nick, do you consider yourself to be good at sales? And do you like sales? It was his first question. No, how are you? No, what are you going to order? That's the first thing he said. And I could sense that I was supposed to say I liked sales, but I was honest. And I said, no, I get really uncomfortable in sales. I don't like it. It's not for me. I'm more of a operator and innovator. I picture myself at the whiteboard making decisions. Like I'm going to make marketing decisions. And I just spewed a bunch of bullshit. And he looks at me and he goes, Nick, if you don't like sales, you need to go get a job. And I was like, whoa, hit me like a ton of bricks. It shook me to my core. And he's like, every part of life is sales. Every part of business is sales. You're selling your employees on trusting you with their career. You're selling your employees on doing what you need them to do when they join your company. You're selling your vendors on selling to you. You're selling investors on investing with you. And of course, you're selling customers on buying from you. That is your job as an entrepreneur 100% of the time, is to sell yourself and your ideas to everybody around you. So if you don't like it, go get a job.
Right.
But then he told me the good news. He told me the good news that you can practice it and you can turn yourself into a great salesperson. So I have a lot of very tactical tips on sales in that book. I have a whole chapter about the framework I use to sell, to how to build trust, to how to flip the script and have somebody help sell themselves on you once you've built that trust and told them what you can do. But unfortunately, like, sales is a muscle. You got to go to the gym and lift the weights. You got to practice and you got to just turn the mindset, because I was a little bit extroverted, but I was really uncomfortable in every single sales environment. But I pounded it into myself and practiced to become a good salesperson. Anybody can do it. So go to the gym and lift the weights.
So my favorite tactic that you mentioned, and I mean, it's not a mind trick, it's not a manipulation, but it is incredibly powerful. And in the sales situations that I've been in, by virtue of just asking questions instead of trying to be the person giving the information and trying to, basically convince people to do something, and showing like just real care for what the other person's trying to accomplish, and then pair that with giving people options of ways that they can engage with me in my business, like, was just a huge like mindset unlock that changed everything for how that worked for me. And the question where you kind of turn it on people and you just say, well, you kind of outline the pitfalls, and you're like, well, how is it you think, why am I a good fit for you? Right. I think it's just an incredible way to get people thinking in a different way. And I'm curious, unpack that a little bit for us.
Yeah.
And are there any other types of questions or ways that you encounter people that tend to bring unexpected results?
Yeah. Look, my main goal when I go into every single sales interaction is to add value to somebody's life. And if they feel like they're going to step away from our interaction knowing something or having value added or being smarter or being more aware of a potential problem or whatever it might be, they're going to build trust with me. So if I can build that trust by, speaking the language, talking about the downfalls, talking about, showing them that I care and adding value to them, then I like to talk about the downfalls. My next step is like, hey, look, like, if I'm selling investors on a deal, like, this could go bad. Like the interest rates could go up. Like, this is a different ball game. Like, what makes you think like this is our situation? We could be stuck in this for a really long time. We could miss projections. Like, and then I flip the script right then, like right after talking about these downsides, I'll be like, so Craig, like, what makes you think that this is a good investment? Like, why do you like storage, or why do you like this business? And what makes you think that we'd be a good fit? And then I'd be quiet. And something amazing happens a lot of the time when you reset expectations so that it's not a super stressful relationship and they don't have unreasonable expectations of you. And if they do, they will weed themselves out. And it's great. But more often than not, they start to sell themselves on you. They want to work with somebody like that that's going to add value, talk about the risks, like be realistic. That's a lost art in salesmanship because so many people do this old school forcible way to sell of, hey, here's why you should work with me. Here's why I'm the best. Here's why I'm going to be so much better than everybody else. Sign this, sign right here. Like, let's go, let's go. If you can add value to people's lives.
Was that the ring box that you just showed me?
yeah, it was. Yep, in Algonquin, Illinois. Remember that like it was yesterday.
That's so funny.